Whoa, 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 cha-cha on the ballroom beat. You got two left feet, get on the ballroom beat. They're dancing in the street, they're on the ballroom beat. We can tango, we can swing, we can do anything. Walking through the door and waltz on the floor. You wanna feel the heat, get on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Foxtrot on the ballroom beat. Salsa on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat.
Good evening and welcome to On the Ballroom Beat. I'm your host, Lania Berger, and let me tell you, it is a wonderful time to be a ballroom dancer. Let's recap my week. Monday, I got to watch Dancing with the Stars, the live show. Tuesday, the 10-year anniversary special. This Friday is episode 2 of America's Ballroom Challenge, and this weekend is the Funorama Dance Competition in Orlando, Florida. I have a week chock full of exciting ballroom dancing, and I want to get you updated on all of it right here on the Ballroom Beat. So let's start with America's Ballroom Challenge. America's Ballroom Challenge is an exciting 3-part series that happens on PBS Friday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. When you go and watch the show, it has the very, very best of ballroom dancing. They take the 4 different genres from ballroom: American Smooth, American Rhythm, International Standard, and International Latin. They take the top dancers, the finalists in each of those categories, and they compete to see which one will represent their genre to see who is America's best. Now, the show is hosted by Mary Murphy and also Tony Meredith. Folks will recognize Mary Murphy certainly from So You Think You Can Dance. Tony Meredith is also a very well-known ballroom dancer in the ballroom dance world. They host the show, and it's a show that's been on for quite a while now. In 1980, Ida Morena started the show at Ohio Star Ball and then reinvented it in 2006, turning it into America's Ballroom Challenge. Now, like I said, last Friday we did indeed have an episode, and we found out who the representatives will be for American Smooth and American Rhythm. And let me go ahead and get you updated on that. The American Smooth representatives for 2015 are Peter and Alexandra Perjou. Peter and Alexandra are currently the national and world professional American Smooth champions. They are also 4-time 9-dance champions. And most excitingly for me, they are part of the Arthur Murray organization. They are co-franchisees of the St. Augustine studio right here in Florida. So big congratulations to Peter and Alexandra Perjou, who will be representing American Smooth. The American Rhythm is also an Arthur Murray brother and sister. Congratulations to Emmanuel Pierre-Antoine and Liana Churilova. Now, they are currently the American Rhythm champions and, like I said, also affiliated with the Arthur Murray organization. As an Arthur Murray franchisee, I was very excited to see many, many couples affiliated with Arthur Murray's. It was wonderful to see them on the America's Ballroom Challenge. Congratulations to them on doing so very, very well at the prestigious Ohio Star Ball. I want to also make mention of Misha Vlasov and his professional partner, Vanda Polakova. I mentioned them because Misha is, his parents own the Jacksonville, Florida Arthur Murray, and his mother, Marina Vlasova, comes and does a lot of coaching for us over at Arthur Murray Palm Harbor. So really exciting to see Misha there. Also, because Jacksonville's in our area, we often see Misha at a lot of our trainings, and so we get to dance with him and train with him and get to know him, and he is just such a great guy. I was really, really thrilled to see him, right there on America's Ballroom Challenge. Now, if you happen to miss last week's episode, don't worry about a thing. You can catch up. Go to pbs.org and you can check out the full episode there. It is definitely worth your time. You'll also see some Pro-Am dancing. In case you don't know, Pro-Am means that it's a professional partnered with an amateur, which is similar to what we're going to be doing this weekend at Funorama with the teachers dancing with their students. So it was really exciting to see some of those Pro-Am performances as well. They were really exceptional. Dancing with the Stars happened on Monday night, and folks were surprised to see that Derek Hough did participate despite his injury. Now, the picture that just came up on the screen is of Willow Shields and Mark Ballas, and they were actually a bigger surprise than Derek Hough appearing in the routine because, despite the fact that they got really high scores throughout the whole season so far, they were the ones who got sent home this week. So it just goes to show you how very important it is for you to get on the phone and vote, because a high-scoring couple like that to go home means that they just weren't getting enough votes. But let's go back to Derek Hough for a moment. Sasha Farber did step in for him and partner Nastya Lukin during Monday night's live show, but the choreography took place on a subway, and there were company dancers on the sitting down on the subway, and Derek was beside Nastya and did all of the dancing from his seat. Leave it to Derek to be creative enough to figure out a way to still be a part of that routine. Now, his recovery is going faster than they planned, which is great news, and so there is a definite possibility of him being back onto the show, onto the ballroom floor next Monday night. Fingers crossed, we'll see, but he's definitely on the right track for that. The 10-year anniversary special happened on Tuesday night. That was extremely exciting to see. A whole decade of Dancing with the Stars, and we got to see a lot of the highlights happening on Tuesday night. Some of the old Mirrorball Trophy winners came back and did performances. The football players who have been on the show before did a wonderful paso doble to the ESPN theme song music, and a lot of great memories were relived through holograms on the dance floor and video clips of video montages of some of the past things that have happened. So congratulations to Dancing with the Stars on 10 great years. We look forward to the next 10. Now, locally, we did have Dancing with the Palm Harbor Stars just a couple weeks back. On our last episode of On the Ballroom Beat, we gave you all of the highlights of Dancing with the Palm Harbor Stars. Today, we've got just a smidgen more for you. These are highlights from the Citrus Festival itself. Check it out right here.
Say, shake, rattle, roll. Shake, rattle, roll. Say, shake, rattle, roll. Shake, rattle, roll. Well, you never do nothing to save your doggone soul.
Get out of that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans. Get out of that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans. Well, for all my breakfast, 'cause I'm a hungry man. I said shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. I said shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Well, you never do nothing to save your doggone soul. Wearing those dresses, your hair done up so nice. Wearing those dresses, your hair done up so nice. You look so warm, but your heart is cold as ice. I said shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. I said shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Well, you never do nothing to save your doggone soul. Ow! Peeping in a seafood store. I'm like a one-eyed cat peeping in a seafood store. I can't look at you, tell me don't love me no more. I believe you're doing me wrong, and now I know. I believe you're doing me wrong, and now I know. The more I work, the faster my money goes. I say shake, rattle and roll. I shake, rattle and roll. I say shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Well, you never do nothing to save your doggone soul. Shake, rattle and roll.
What a great time we had at the Citrus Festival. All the different rides and games and the dancing to the live music. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. And again, we're so grateful to the Chamber of Commerce in Palm Harbor for hosting such a great event. Now I have some sports news for you coming up. It is the baseball challenge happening over at Arthur Murray Dance Studio. So in our Ballroom Baseball Challenge, I have the score updates for you. The blue team came out swinging, and they got 1 run for their team so far. With 3 runs is the red team, so look out, blue team. That red team is definitely in the lead with their 3 runs. However, we still have 5 innings to go, so it's anybody's game. If you are at the Arthur Murray Dance Studio in Palm Harbor and participating in the Baseball Challenge, mark your calendar for June 13th. It's a Saturday night. That is when all of our Baseball Challenge participants will go to Bright House Fields. It is a great night. It's Pirate Night at the ballpark. There are also going to be fireworks, and we are going to celebrate the end of the Ballroom Baseball Challenge. We look forward to seeing you then. On the other side of the break, we have tips for first-time competitors. Are you thinking about going to a ballroom competition? You won't want to miss these great tips to help you out in having a wonderful experience your first time on the competitive floor. See you on the other side.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just 1 or 2 options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex. Short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Beltran Dental Surgery is dedicated to providing the highest quality dental surgery.
Teeth in a Day allows a patient to walk in with their old teeth, sleep under IV sedation, and walk out with a brand new smile. Unlike dentures, Teeth in a Day allows you to eat what you want and still feel like you have your own teeth.
From wisdom teeth removal to implants or creating a whole new smile, call now or visit our website to learn more about our procedures. Get a brand new smile today.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental. Providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
My middle son did not like to come to the dentist, but now he loves to come to the Beehive.
You don't have to be afraid to go to the dentist. Believe me, Dr. B and his worker bees are the best. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
The last several years have been confusing and trying for homeowners. Advisors Mortgage and Financial Group was there before the housing crisis, during, and we are still here now advising people of their options and helping them choose the best financial solutions for their family. You do have options, and today's market promises lots of opportunities. We have found that there are a lot of questions out there and misinformation, and we want you to know we have answers. Advisors Mortgage and Financial Group, providing solutions today for a better tomorrow.
Welcome back to On the Ballroom Beat. Are you thinking about becoming a ballroom dance competitor? Or maybe you've already signed up for your first competition and you're getting a little bit nervous about what to expect? Well, don't you worry, we have some tips for you that are going to help make your first ballroom competition absolutely smooth sailing for you. Our students and our staff over at Arthur Murray Palm Harbor who have been to competitions before gave us their best tip, and here's what they had to say.
my tip for first-time competitors is going to be bring bobby pins, safety pins, hairspray, everything you think you would need just in case an emergency happens. Good luck!
Would definitely be to bring an iPod with lots of energizing music in it. That way, right before you go on, you can energize yourself up and you can just have fun.
Number one, bring comfortable shoes because you're in your ballroom shoes all day, and the room is freezing, so make sure you bring sweaters, jackets, or anything to keep you warm in between your dances.
Competition is make sure that you stretch. It is so important. When you're out moving on the floor, you want to be as flexible as possible.
Professional cosmetic when you can keep for which you can keep for several hours, but you cannot use it every day. Well, it's not for casual, but it's just for show. And use a lot of hairspray, a lot of gel, and a lot of bobby pins to keep your hairstyle for long time, for several hours. And well, and don't be nervous.
My tip would just be relax, have fun, and just go for it.
Thank you again to our staff and students for those wonderful tips for our first-time competitors out there. I have some tips to share with you too, and I'm actually going to start with a little bit of pre-competition advice for you. So before you even get to the competition, let's talk about the 2 weeks leading up to it. Of course, you're going to be doing a lot of practicing, a lot of repetition and rehearsal, but it's really important to remember during those 2 weeks prior to competition to try your best not to add new choreography or make significant changes to your current choreography. And the reason for this is that the body goes through different stages of learning, and it takes a little bit of time to get to that natural use stage, which is muscle memory. And so during those 2 weeks, there's not usually enough time to create the muscle memory. So although the changes may happen at competition, sometimes they just don't, because your body will revert back to what is muscle memory prior to the changes, because of all of the different things that are going through the mind. Usually the body just kind of clicks in and does it. So that's a much better time to be used for working on performance aspects of the routine, connection points with your partner, characterization of the dance, even chemistry and things like that. And certainly you want to be doing plenty of repetition, because this is where you're building your muscle memory. In fact, you may even want to be repeating in your mind. When you go to sleep at night, not a bad idea to visualize your routines as you go to sleep. You may end up dreaming some dance steps, which is also helpful in developing muscle memory, because the brain will start to shoot off its synapses in the right order and create a kind of a repetition there. So that's a great tip for you. I also want to encourage you to practice in the shoes that you're going to wear for competition, as well as the costume that you're going to wear for competition. If you are renting a dress, you may want to check and see if you can get it just a day or two early to practice in it. We had Rhinestone Dress Rentals on with us a few episodes ago, and I know that they do send their dresses out a little bit early because they recognize that it's important to practice in the dress. You never want to find out that something's going to go wrong with your dress when you're on the competition floor, because there's not much you can do about it at that point. But prior to, during a lesson, during a practice party, great opportunity to get that costume on and make sure that it's going to be smooth sailing. With your shoes, you never want to wear a brand new pair of shoes on a competitive dance floor, because you're just not sure if you're going to end up with blisters, if it's not quite the right fit. Again, once you're in the heat of the competition, it's not a good time to find out that something isn't going to work quite right for you. Much better to figure out before, so you can make all the changes and adjustments and have a wonderful, comfortable time at your competition without having to worry about costumes moving or shoes hurting and things like that. You may also want to videotape your practice. Oftentimes we glance in the mirror as we're dancing by, we get feedback from coaches and other instructors, but it's great to have a bird's eye view of your own dancing. So ask somebody to come in and take a little bit of video so that you can watch it back and see what you think, so that you can kind of make changes, make fixes, and it's also a great idea to watch it with your teacher so that you can discuss together what kinds of things you want to improve upon before the competition. Schedule ahead your spray tan if you're going to get your nails done. If you need anything done ahead of time for your hair, make sure that you schedule those appointments appropriately. Spray tans will only last for so long, and so you want to do that really pretty much right before you go. Depending on how you're getting your nails done, you want to schedule that appropriately. So make sure that you've got those appointments all in line so that you can look and feel the part when you are on the competitive dance floor. Most importantly, be patient. When you're preparing for a competition, your learning curve is sped up incredibly. Most people are surprised at the tremendous amount of progress that they have with their dancing when they're preparing for a competition. It's important to remember that you're learning at a rapid pace and implementing new steps, new patterns, new techniques quickly. And so you want to be patient to know that your body is going to go through those different stages of learning before it becomes muscle memory. So lots and lots of repetition and lots of patience with yourself. Know that mistakes are part of the process, and the more that you do that repetition, the more that you're going to condition your body to have the right muscle memory to get you through it and feel good about it. Now let's talk about some tips for when you're actually at the competition. So the first one that I think is just ever so important is to make sure that you get lined up 2 heats ahead. Now, when I say heats, when you're dancing a freestyle, they'll have everything ordered out. Rumba first, cha-cha first, then rumba, then swing, bolero, mambo. And you want to make sure that if you're dancing in that swing, you're lined up a couple heats ahead, waiting in the wings, so that when your swing comes on, you are right on the floor and there's no panic about missing it. So there are lots and lots of entries at a ballroom competition. They generally will go from 9 in the morning all the way till 11 o'clock or midnight. And so it's really important that you are ahead of the game and you don't miss a heat, because they keep rolling right along and they do not stop to wait. So when you're watching that program, make sure that 2 heats before you're on the dance floor, you're lining up and getting ready to go. That also helps you to be able to take a deep breath, relax, and be able to be mentally prepared to get on the floor rather than just running on there and getting started right away. It's also not a bad idea to have a buddy in the ballroom. Sometimes competitions can run a little bit ahead, sometimes changes can happen, and if you excused yourself for a moment to run and get something from your room or to run to the restroom, it's so important to have a buddy know where you're at so that they can make sure that they make you aware of any changes that are happening. Again, it's so important that you don't miss your heats and that you get to experience every moment of the ballroom competition. So have a buddy in the ballroom who always knows where you're at. Cheer unto others as you would have them cheer unto you. It is so much fun when people are calling out for their favorite couple. So ballroom is a really, really exciting activity, and when you see somebody do something spectacular, it is so great to encourage them by cheering for them, clapping for them, calling out their number. And I'll tell you, when you're on the floor and you hear somebody cheering for you, it is amazing how great it makes you feel. So make sure that you do that for each other, because it makes the whole experience ever so much better and more exciting. Adele talked a little bit about this when we looked at the tips from some of our students. She talked about how cold it can be in the ballroom, and it can be. Remember that they set the temperatures for all the dancers on the floor to make sure that they're not overheating, so it can be quite cold in the ballroom, which means that if you have a break, you want to have a jacket or something warm to put on to keep you warm. I also think a robe is a good idea because it goes a little bit longer, and they have very nice meals during the ballroom dance competition. You don't want to get anything on your costume, so it's good to have a robe. And slippers are great to keep your feet warm and comfortable in between heats when you have a break, because again, to wear high heels all weekend and be dancing like that, the feet, you might want to give them a little bit of a respite. It's also a great time to establish new goals. So when you're at a ballroom dance competition, it's almost like you can go window shopping for your next goals. You can watch different dance styles that maybe you've never done before, maybe you've never even seen before, and see if it might be something that you're interested in adding into your own dancing program. You can also see higher levels of dance and see if that's something that you might aspire to get to before the next competition. So make sure that you're always talking to your teacher about the different things that are happening around the ballroom and letting your teacher know what is exciting and interesting to you so that you can move on the right track to your goals for the next ballroom competition that you happen to go to. Make sure that you allow yourself to relax and enjoy the moment a little bit. I think sometimes these weekends go by so quickly and it's such a whirlwind of glitz and glamour that sometimes we forget to take a moment to just take a breath, look around, and realize that we are doing something that most people only ever dream of. It is such an exciting, exhilarating, and wonderful thing to be a part of, and I encourage you to really take a moment and look around and soak it all in. Because my goodness, I remember my first ballroom dance competition feeling like I must be in a movie set. It was so surreal and so exciting. And yeah, so make sure you take a moment to enjoy that. Remember also not to let anybody know that you made a mistake. The way that you do that is with your face. Most of the time when a mistake happens, the only people who know it are the two people who are dancing the step. As long as they keep smiling and keep moving, nobody else really knows the difference. So keep that in mind. If something goes not quite right, you're only human. It happens to everybody. Keep on smiling, keep on enjoying, and keep on dancing. Nobody will know except for you. And I have to tell you again, even those of us who are professionals, who have been honing our skills for years and years and years, even we make mistakes. So don't beat yourself up over a little mistake. Make sure that you just relax, enjoy, and keep on having a lot of fun, because it is such a great, great, great opportunity to take advantage of. And have fun. These are such wonderful, wonderful experiences. Like I said, you have galas that you get to dress formally for. You have all sorts of professional competitions that you get to watch and cheer for. And of course, your own team on the floor throughout the entire weekend. So have fun, cheer for everybody, and boy, just really take a moment to have a great time yourself and look around and take it all in. Good luck to all of our Palm Harbor competitors who are going to be at the Funorama competition this weekend. Good luck to all of the Arthur Murray competitors who are going to be there. We can't wait to go and see all our Arthur Murray brothers and sisters in Orlando at the Funorama competition. And of course, next week on the Ballroom Beat, we will be giving you the update on Funorama, as well as America's Ballroom Challenge and Dancing with the Stars. So much to celebrate. We'll look forward to seeing you next time on the Ballroom Beat.
Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Got two left feet. Get on the ballroom beat. They're dancing in the street. They're on the ballroom beat. We can tango, we can swing, we can do anything. Walking through the door and waltz on the floor. You wanna feel the heat? Get on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Foxtrot on the ballroom beat. Salsa on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom